Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hariom everybody. And we are continuing chapter 13 with our Pujya Swamiji. So let us start the class immediately. Mana beta all set.
सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। Hari Om. In the last class we saw, in the previous verses, we saw the Jnani's vision that was so beautifully told in 28th and 29th verses of 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Parameshwara is everywhere in everybody's heart. He is equally present. One who sees vinashyatsu avinashyantam. Everything is being destroyed, subjected to change, destruction. But in that, the avinashyatsu, when vinashyatsu avinashyatvam, avinashyantam, that which is indestructible presence in the midst of all change, or in the midst of change, the changeless one who can see it, he alone sees. Yah pashyati, sapashyati. So question is, who sees? The Jnani. Jnani sees the indestructible self everywhere. That's what we saw in 28th verse. Now in 29th, only by seeing equally everywhere, one does not destroy oneself. One does not destroy oneself. Destruction means fall from the original state. And Prakriti does all the actions. The self is actionless. In its presence, everything is happening. So, yada bhuta pruthak bhavam ekastham anupashyati. We saw one who can see the entire, all the difference of all varieties of beings as stationed in one, existing in one. And from that one alone, everything expanded again into all these various names and forms in the creation. One who sees that, Brahma sampadhyate tada, then he becomes Brahman. So, one who sees all in one is Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, 11th chapter, where we saw the whole thing is existing in Krishna, the Bhagavan, infinite Lord. And in 10th chapter, we saw from one acting as many. Tata evacha vistaram. From that alone, everything came out. So up to that shloka, we saw. Now, in 32nd verse, Bhagavan Krishna continues. Anaditvat nirgunatvat paramatmayamauvyayah sharirasthopi kaunteya न करोति न लिप्यते अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मा अयमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते. If Paramatma is existing in everybody, then Paramatma also must be tainted by sin and merit of the individual. No, he is not tainted. He is everywhere. Why he is not affected? Why Paramatma is untouched? The pure self or higher consciousness is untouched because Anaditvat. First one is Paramatma is Anadi, beginningless. Beginningless means if you really think about, quietly sit in a chair, close your eyes, and think about the very word beginningless. The word beginningless. एंड आपको आश्चर्य लगता है कि हाउ दिस ब्रह्मन केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस. मीन हाउ ही इज, बट ही इज, दैट्स इट. Really go into that mode of deep thinking, you will understand आश्चर्य. And infinity it is. Infinite means endless. There is no end. आप चलते रहोगे, चलते, just it continues. I don't know, infinite is infinite. It's very interesting. No limit. That existence which is limitless and which has no beginning, beyond time. In time, everything has a beginning and everything will be destroyed. But this Paramatma is beginningless, endless, beginningless, therefore endless, birthless, therefore deathless. Think about it. Paramatma is Anaditvat. Second one is Nirgunatvat. And beginningless it is, no birth, nothing has caused the existence of Brahman. Second is what? Nirgunatvat. There are no gunas, there are no qualities. If there are any qualities, then the qualities change. Then the birth and death of the quality, then time is born. So many, every whole thing will come into existence. Nirguna. There are no, when you really contemplate, there is no guna. Nirgunatvat. Paramatma. Ayam Paramatma. This Paramatma is Avyayaha. Vyaya means perishing, changing. Avyayaha, changeless, meaning imperishable. Vyaya is diminishing. Karchona, Vyaya. This pure eternal existence, God consciousness, is beginningless and there is no quality. Nirgunatvat. Because if there is any quality, there is a change. If there is a change, destruction is there. Anything which is subjected to time is, conditioned by time, is subjected to destruction. What do you mean by subjected to time? That which has a beginning and which has an end is subjected to time. So anything is subjected to time means that will have a beginning, that will have an end. Paramatma पहले बता दिया, Anaditvat. The moment it is said Anadi, it is beyond time. Meaning it is not affected by time. In fact, time is born later. In Paramatma, there is no time. It is eternal. Therefore, it is called eternal now, N-O-W. Eternal now. So nirgunatvat paramatma avyayah, imperishable. Sharirastopi kaunteya, even though Paramatma is residing in every body, BODY, of every being, mosquito, fly, animal kingdom, fly, everywhere, any being you take, there the Paramatma is there. Sharirastopi, even though he is residing in the body, is unaffected by the actions of the jiva, the ego, the prakriti. Otherwise, we get doubt. Paramatma, in that person, Paramatma is pure. In this person, Paramatma is impure. Because Paramatma is tainted by the sins and the merits of this person. It's not like that. Untouched. Therefore, one important point I would like to share with you. See, sin and merit both are committed by ego. We are not egos. I am actually untouched by sin and the merit. Na punyam na papam, na dukkham na saukhyam. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. All dualities, nothing can touch me. Pairs of opposites cannot touch me. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Nirvana Shatakam. In that, really, I cannot be touched. Yes, mind is involved, ego is involved, but I am not them. So the moment I am not that, the power that which you are giving to ego, ego is deriving power from my existence. The light is glowing. The light existence is drawn or derived from electricity. It is not independent. It is dependent on electricity. This Paramatma is imperishable, beyond time. So therefore it is beginningless. Since it is beginningless, imperishable. Nirgunatvat, untouched by qualities, therefore it is imperishable. Anything subjected or conditioned by time, meaning qualities are there, they are born. Qualities means changing. Changing means it is a destruction. Every moment is being destroyed. New thing is being born. It's not like that. So even though Paramatma is dwelling in the body, higher self, the consciousness is untouched by anything. It's Nitya Shuddha Swarupaha. Therefore, Vedanta clearly says there is nothing called achieving the self-realization, only realizing or recognizing that we are already realized. Called praptasya prapti, not apraptasya prapti. It is a recognition. It is not an attaining something which I am not now. No, I am already that, but I am not awakened to the truth. That recognition is what required. And when I recognize, the spirit is actionless. Therefore, nothing can touch me. Therefore, one of the important quality for seekers is one should forgive oneself. Don't hang on to sin and the merit. That's what Nachiketa asked. Teach me or show me that which is beyond dharma and adharma. Yet tad pashyasi tad vada. That what you are seeing or experiencing, that you teach me. So if I am come down to the pairs of opposites, the struggle is there. Both reject it. Both are not me. So, na karoti, na lipyate. Even though the Paramatma is seated, higher self is seated. Don't think that he is also tainted by the papa and punya of the actions done by ego or jiva. No, untouched by them. And we are essentially that. Therefore, one of the important sadhana is drop everything. Don't hold on to anything. Neither punya nor papa. That's why when I say to, um, when I take sessions on mind management to the students or corporates or elders or anybody, one of the important thing is the language that we use. Don't say, I have failed. My mind has failed. Never say, I am angry. I cannot be touched by any quality. Then who is angry? My mind is angry. My ego is frustrated. Not me. Ego wants certain things. When they are not provided, it gets frustrated. Observe it. Who is asking? Who is frustrated? Who is angry? Who is lusty? Who is greedy? Yes, when I identify with it, I superimpose that action on me and I suffer the consequences of that identification. So, what do I do in meditation? Meditation, I practice non attachment. I'm witnessing. I am that. Recall. Remember that we are infinite in nature, boundless, pure. Because no sin can touch me, no merit can touch me, no need for many merit for me. But when I identify with the body, mind, intellect, but Swamiji, I am not realizing it. As long as we are not awakened to the truth, as long that means so long we are identified with the body, mind, intellect, then of course we are suffering the consequences of the papa and punya, karma phala. जब तक भोगने वाला है ना, भोगता है तो कर्म को भोगना ही पड़ेगा, कर्म का फल, क्योंकि भोगता है, करता है. When karta bhokta is there, when karta bhokta are gone, nothing can touch me. I realize that I am like totally untouched by all these things. So don't, when Prakriti is doing everything, Kriyamanani, so don't say I am angry, mind is angry. Don't say I am frustrated, the ego or mind is frustrated. Don't say I am confused, the mind and intellect and anthakarna is confused. I am illumining the confusion in my mind. I'm illumining the anger in my mind. I'm illuminating the frustration in my mind. I'm also illuminating sometimes the calmness and peace and quietude in the mind. I am the illuminator, witness. And illuminating means what? There is no kriya there. There is no doing something. Sun doesn't illumine the world. Then we say sun illumines. Illumines is not a verb there. In his presence, the world gets illumined. But illumining, प्रकाशित करना दुनिया को, प्रकाशित करना, ऐसा कोई कर्म सूर्य भगवान में बिल्कुल नहीं है. कर्म का लेप भी नहीं होता है उनको. He is there, that's it. Only from our language we add verb that वो प्रकाशित कर रहा है, he is illuminating everything. But illumination is not a karma there. It just exists there in his own divine glory. But example will come later on. Now, how is it that spirit is actionless, you said? Because karma cannot taint, neither is acts. Na karoti, na lipyate. It doesn't do anything. He is not tainted by papa and punya, etc. No emotion can touch me. How? Example can you give me? Yes. Luckily, we got one good example. What is that? Which we use in Vedanta. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते यथा just as example is given. Sarvagatam akasham saukshmyat na upalipyate. Just as, no, akasha is sarvagatam. Because akashavat, just like space it is. Brahman is like space. Why? Certain qualities of space can be studied and we can attribute them, correlate with Brahman for our understanding and our cognition. Now, Akasha is what? Akasha is, first one, Sarvagatam, all pervading. Can you ever think of the end of space? If you say end of space, यहां तक आकाश की सीमा है, यहां पे आकाश समाप्त हो जाता है. फिर प्रश्न उठता है कि उसके बाद में क्या है. वी कांट इमेजिन एवरीथिंग. वो जो है वो कहां है, किस में वो उपस्थित है, इसका अस्तित्व किस में है. If there is something, if you say limit, space is limited and ended at one point, then what is next beyond that is a question mark. And whatever is existing, that is existing where? In what? Again, it has to exist. In space only is accommodating. Avakasham. Space means avakasham dadati. Space is that which accommodates everything. So, first of all, space is infinite. Sarvagatam, all pervading. So we cannot think of यहाँ पे space end हो जाता है. No, it's just infinite. That is why mathematically it is so beautifully said all by all the great masters. What is that pure God? How do we define God? God is defined as whose center is everywhere, circumference is nowhere. In infinity, every point is the center of that circle, center of that infinite circle. In circle means limited. No, I am telling boundless circle. But when it's boundless, why should you use the word circle? For our understanding, there's no other way, contradiction. It's infinite sphere. Sphere also is a concept. So everything is the center of the creation, in the entire existence. Whose center is everywhere, circumference is nowhere. Because circumference is nowhere, infinite, therefore anything can be center. I can say I am the center of the entire creation. You can say you are the center of entire creation. All are correct. So Sarvagatam. Second is Sokshmyat, subtlest among the five great elements you take, which we can understand. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. Space, air or wind, breeze, wind, fire, water, earth. Now see, earth also has limited space it occupies. And it can exist only in space. Water also can exist in space and it occupies limited place. Fire also exists in space and fire is not like everywhere. So everything exists in space. Vayu also is existing in space. So rest of the elements are supported by space. That means what? Whatever is all existing in space. And space is subtlest among five. Subtlest means what? Subtlety means what? Subtlety means pervasiveness. The more one pervades, more subtler it is. Water is subtler than the ice. Steam is subtler than the water. Think. And energy behind the steam is still subtler than the steam. So subtle means what? Subtle always pervades the grosser. Subtle pervades the gross. So Akasha pervades the Vayu, the air, Agni, the fire, water, Jala or water, Prithvi or earth. It pervades. Meaning everything can exist only in space. So it is subtler. So cause pervades the effect. Right? Now actually it comes to Brahman. What is Brahman? Brahman is the cause of Akasha also. That means if Akasha itself is all pervading, but Akasha is Jada, insentient, Panchamahabhutas, but it is pervaded by the consciousness, Brahman, because he is the cause of the Akasha. So cause pervades the effect. Therefore, Sokshmyat, like Akashavat, like Akasha is Sukshma and occupies the effects, pervades. Naupalapyate, because of its subtlety, Akasha is not tainted. See, the colors exist in space, but space is not colored. Water exists in space, but space is not wetting itself. Wetted. Doesn't become wet. Earth exists in space, so but space cannot be harmed by earth. Space cannot be broken. Space cannot be divided. So division in space is only an illusion. The walls are created. It's an illusion. Because space is indivisible. So, because of it is very subtle, it cannot be tainted. Why? Because the effect can never touch the cause. Effect can never influence the cause. Cause influences the effect. Sarvatra avastito dehe tatha atman upalapyata. Similarly, the Paramatma seated everywhere in the body. Sarvatra avastito dehe. Top dakasika paryantam. Therefore, yogis contemplate about the existence of Paramatma in their own body first. So they contemplate only, see, because I can feel my existence is within the body. I cannot feel right now the existence outside my body as me. Chair is there. I can see the chair other than me. Table is there. I am seeing the table other than me. There is no sense of I-ness with respect to table. But with respect to body, I can see the body as idam and also aham also. Body I can see as this, but also I am feeling in every bit of the body, my existence is felt. I exist from the toe to the head or head to the toe. I exist. within the body. So sarvatra avasthito, even the Paramatma is seated everywhere in the body, because where is he not? Because my consciousness is completely pervading the entire body right now because of my ignorance. If I cross the identification of the body, I feel my consciousness is infinite, boundaryless, limitless. So sarvatra avasthito dehe na atma mein atma na upalipyate. Therefore, tatha atma na upalipyate. Similarly, the akasha is there, everything exists in akasha, and akasha is there in everything, meaning it supports everything, but not tainted. Similarly, the self is there. Therefore, I am not in the body. The body is in me. Mind is in me. Buddhi is in me. I am not in the body. Body is in me. Therefore, this is how we should understand that Paramatma is nalipyate, is everywhere in the present in the body. So, observe the existence within the body itself. Then I feel when the body identification is dropped, then I feel oneness with, connect myself with the total existence. And in the total existence, I feel I am. Tam sarvabhuta hrudayam munimanatosmi. यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि. When Shukadeva Maharaj was leaving this world to the higher planes of consciousness, he told the entire Prakriti, my father comes behind me and he shouts, Shuka, Putra, Mera son, Mera beta. That time, on my behalf, you all respond. When I say Shuka, you say Hanji, Boliye ji, because Sarvabhuta Hrudayam Munimanatos, he entered the entire whole creation, he entered. That consciousness of Shuka Maharshi entered the whole creation, whole existence. So, when Shuka Maharshi का नाम लिया था व्यास भगवान, पौधे पेड़ पक्षी सब लोग उत्तर देने लगे कि हाँ जी बोलिए, बिकॉज शुका इज एवरीवेयर. तम सर्वभूत हृदयम मुनिमानतोस्मि. When I transcend this body existence, body conditions, then I feel the whole existence, I am in that, and existence is in me. Then I feel I'm not tainted, because like in Akasha is not tainted, painted, influenced. Akasha is not broken. Akasha cannot become wet. Akasha cannot be burnt. Akasha cannot be blown away. All the four are existing in him, in the Akasha. And the Akasha pervades everything. But Akasha is not tainted, cannot be cut, cannot be wetted, cannot be burnt, cannot be blown off or blown away. And all pervading it is. And holding everything, but yet untouched. This example is given. Similarly, the higher, the self in me, the pure consciousness, is always there. So, first of all, I must, because I am feeling my existence within respect to body. Why? I am identified with the body. Therefore, I feel my presence is there from Nakasika Paryantam, from the toe to the head. I can feel my existence. But I am conditioned with respect to body only. So, beyond body, the oneness is not there. When I transcend the identification of the body, I enter into whole creation, as Shloka Maharshi did it. Therefore, I'm not tainted. Everything exists in me, but they don't taint me. I am Nirguna Nirakara. So the self seated everywhere in the body is not tainted. Na lipyate. Example is given. Earlier it was said, though the Atman is present everywhere, then everybody's actions are being done, then he is also affected by Papa and Punya Karma, the higher self, the Atman in me. No. Ego is affected. The reflected consciousness, ego, the limited I, because of his identification, is affected. He is the one who is going through the karma phalas. So when I question who am I, the ego disappears and what higher self remains. Then I discover the higher self to be untaintable, all pervading, and great support. Without that, nothing can exist. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, that is the Atman, that is the higher self. And you are that, Tattvamasi. Shvetaketo, Tattvamasi, Shvetaketo. That is Tattvamasi, O Shvetaketo. You are that, O Shvetaketo, O Shvetaketu. Father, son, sister. You are that. So therefore, we should meditate on that. Meditate, meditate, meditate. As I said, all the emotions are rising in the mind. Mind is lusty, mind is angry, mind is frustrated, mind is greedy, mind is afraid, or ego. So when I meditate on that Nirgun Nirakara, but it's not easy because our the pull of the matter is so strong for us. Because we are dragged into that identification of ego and ego games because of powerful samskaras. All of us are suffering because of the samskaras, vasanas. So vasanas do not let me to withdraw. They pull me, they make me identify with the body, mind, intellect. So, my dear, so the Bhagavan says the consciousness is everywhere in the body, but it is not tainted, like Akasha. Another example is given. How? Because that the Paramatma in the Kshetrajnam Chapimam with the Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata, he was Bhagavan Krishna said at the beginning. I am illuminating all the fields, yet I am not tainted. I am support of everything, yet I am not affected by anything. No action can touch me. No punya papa karma can touch me. No quality can touch me because I'm beginningless and subtlest. Nothing can touch me. I'm changeless, beyond time. So Bhagavan Krishna gives an example in 34th verse. Yatha prakashayत्यekah कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत यथा एकः रविः इमं कृत्स्नं लोकं प्रकाशयति. Just as one sun illumines the whole world. Imam krutznam, whole world. Lokam, whole world. Krutznam lokam, whole world. Prakashayati. Ekam ravihi. The one sun illumines the whole jagat. In the example of Akasha, Akasha is given a substratum, ashraya, where everything is existing in it. yet not tainted. Here, the sun example is given. Sun example is given as illumining factor because Akasha is Jada example. So we have to, under each example will take one aspect of the reality. So untainted, all pervading, for all pervading, untainted, beginningless, endless, therefore beyond time, therefore changeless. ये सब के लिए आकाश का एग्जाम्पल लिया गया एंड ग्रेट सपोर्ट that in which everything exists. All these things are covered in the example of Akasha. Think. In the Akasha, all the things are covered. But Akasha example we may not understand how it is illumined. So for illumination, some example is given. Paramatma is one, existing in all of us, all the beings. So, example, just as one sun illumines the whole world, similarly, Kshetram, the field, Kshetri, and also the Lord of the field, the Paramatman, the whole world, so also the Lord of the field, illumines the whole field of Bharata. Kshetram, Kshetri, Tata Krusram, Prakashayati Bharata. So therefore, similarly, the Lord of the field, Paramatma, illumines what? The whole field, O Bharata. So Kshetri, Tata, Kshetri, Krusram, Prakashayati, E Bharata. Kshetri, the Lord, Krutsnam, Kshetram, Prakashayati, E Bharata. Tatha, similarly, just as one sun illumines the whole Jagat, similarly, Tatha, Kshetri, the Lord, Paramatma, Krutsnam Kshetram, He Bharata, Prakashayati. Similarly, the whole Kshetra, E Bharata, E Arjuna, the Lord illumines. One Paramatma only. Otherwise, one Paramatma, how is it functioning? Because one space example is Ashraya. Some certain things are covered in space example. But Akash is Jada, how it is illumining. So example is taken. One Paramatma illumining the whole sun. So therefore, sun is one in all fields. That's one example. Understanding. So Surya Bhagavan is Ekam Ravihi. He is one in all fields. This building also illumined by sun. The next building also illumined by sun. Next pond also illumined by sun. Next to that forest also illumined by sun. Ocean also illumined by sun. Mountain also illumined by same sun. So the illuminator is one. But illumined fields are different. The properties, the characteristics, physical, the size, shape, everything is different from one to one. Mountain is not the lake is not the tree is not the forest, complete, of course, wholesome, and forest is not the physical world or the any other thing, animal, everything is illumined. What is illumined? There are different, but all of, the property of the bulb is different, property of the mixer is different, property of the grinder is different, property of AC is different, property of tubelet is different. Property of the fan is different. Property is guna, quality, the properties. But all of them are supplied. They are made to function only because of the touch of electricity. So that is one factor. Sun is one. And second is, even though the sun is illuminating everything, Shankaracharya Bhagavan says, sun is unaffected. Two things you want to. One, sun illuminating all, one in all the fields. Second is, sun is untouched by any of the happenings in the kshetra, the field. Sun rises, for example, and see the whole Jagat rises. Imagine how much variety things are happening under same sunlight. Sun is illuminating the dead body, somebody died, sun is illuminating the patient, sun is illuminating the animal kingdom, sun is illuminating the trees, the plant, the bird, the human beings, sun is providing light. In that light, everyone is acting according to their own dharma, swabhava, vasanas, the duties, dharma. When sun rises, early morning, sun rises, somebody, the what do you call, somebody goes to kitchen, the woman goes to kitchen generally. They for cooking food. Example I'm giving you. Not that men doesn't go some places, men cook for themselves by themselves. Okay. But don't stretch examples too much beyond. Don't twist it. So women go into kitchen, men go for some other work thing. The farmer goes to the field. The moment sun rises, everybody start different their own activities. But sun is not affected by all these activities. Otherwise, everybody's sin should be attributed to sun also, because sun also is providing, sun also is a witness, sun also shareholder. No, sun is not affected. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says wonderful example. Similarly, in Panchadashi, one light is illumining the stage, and all the actors and actors are working. They come and they show the expressions, emotions, and incidents and events on in the drama. But all of them are illumined by light, and light carries no emotions. Somebody can die in the drama, somebody can newborn baby is born, somewhere celebration, somewhere morose, dull, somewhere fear, somewhere crying, and light is just illuminating the show. Untouched. So, and sun illumines the whole Jagat without any physical contact. Similarly, the all pervading spirit illumines the whole thing, remaining always untainted, unattached. How can you, when you get a physical touch, maybe you get untainted. Not tainted means what? No touch. Possibility is not there. Like a viscosity, when the two substance viscosity is different, one substance cannot be in touch with another subject. You can easily separate it. Like water and oil, viscosity is different. If you see South India, they make rasam special. And in the chonk, when you add spices and dal, whatever it is to be added, the oil, even you put 1 spoon oil, that oil is clearly seen in the rasam floating drops of oil, and you can see how much oil is put. It's not mixed. It cannot be. Similarly, the Paramatma is always there, illuminating, without in contact, therefore not tainted by any of these things. In fact, I am also not cannot have any contact with the matter, because consciousness is different, matter is different. They cannot be combined. They cannot be mixed. Like space and water, can you mix it? Space and fire, can you mix it? Space and air, can you mix it? Space and earth, can you mix them well? No. Space is always remaining untouched by all of them, all the rest of the four of the things, elements. So all this kshetri, krutsnam kshetram, he bharata prakashayati. One kshetrajna. That kshetrajna is me, Bhagavan Krishna said. It's wonderful. क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम् क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. This is the phalam. Param, phalam. Phalam means fruit. Jnana phalam. Viveka. Now evam, thus. Prakriti Purusha Viveka, Jnanam and Jnayam, Kshetram and Kshetra, Kshetra Kshetrajna, Vibhaga Yoga. So therefore, this is the Kshetra, this is the Kshetrajna. They can never be combined. They are, that's called, therefore, Anyonya Adhyasa. Adhyasa, superimposition. It is no mixture, no contact. Just as the snake which is seen on the rope can never be in contact with the rope. Why? It itself is illusion. But without rope, there cannot be any illusion of snake also. Like that, this antaram, the difference, the distinction between kshetra and kshetrajna, evam in this way, that what has been told in 13 chapters so far, once you understand, distinctly see these two separately. How? Jnana chakshusha, through the eye of wisdom. You cannot see it, but you see through wisdom. Suppose somebody is narrating you a problem. You say, I see, I understand, I can see it. I am talking about my emotions, which are creating havoc in me. How can you see my emotions? When I see means what? I am seeing not with my physical eyes, but I am seeing through my eye of wisdom. I can see clearly what kind of stuff is troubling you, emotional stuff, and how you are caught up in it, how you are struggling, how you are feeling morose and dull and depressed, how you are being swallowed by the tsunami of those negative emotions in us. I can see it. That is called Jnana Chakshu. So Jnana Chakshusha means what? This is born, created through Viveka. Extreme Viveka is required. That Viveka, because Viveka is because between one is existence, which is you, other is the matter, which is not you. One is one state of reality, other is another state of reality. The matter and the creation, the lower state of reality, apara prakriti, para prakriti, jivabhuta prakriti, 7th chapter we saw. But beyond this is pure consciousness, untouched. So, jnana chakshusha, through meditations, through eye of wisdom, I can see the life. I can see it. Somebody says, no, I think you are on wrong path. I can clearly see the consequences of that. Other person says, nothing happened to me. No, I can see the consequence. Doctors can see the consequences through their jnana chakshu, knowledge, eye of wisdom. No, this is system. If you ignore, this will be next stage. If you ignore, that will be next stage. It will be ignore, that will be next stage. If you ignore, then two chances are there, either this way or that way. Then all the things, they can see it through jnana chakshu. They can see it. We cannot see. So jnana chakshusha. So by viveka between kshetra kshetrajna, through jnana chakshu, through eye of wisdom, by seeing the distinction, one who comes to know the distinction between the kshetra and kshetrajna through their eye of wisdom, they will be liberated. Very important point. They will be liberated. And they achieve supreme. From where? Liberation from where? Bhuta Prakriti Moksham. Very important it is. Bhuta Prakriti. Bhuta Prakriti means what? Prakriti of the being. Bhuta Prakriti means what? Actually, disease of becoming. Bhu Bhava. Bhuta Prakriti is our See, when we are considering myself as a limited being, all of us are caught up in samsara. What is that samsara? Please listen attentively. Please listen. We all want to become something else or the other. I want to become IAS. I want to become IPS. I want to become an employee. I want to be a businessman. I want to be a householder. I want to become a father. I want to become a mother. And I want to be a traveler in the world. I want to be astronaut. I want to be this. I want to be a painter. I want to becoming. I want to become a good player, cricket player. I want to become a tabla player. I want to become a veena player. I want to become a traveler. I want to become an IAS. I want to become an IPS. I want to become a owner of the new house. I want to become a owner of the new Gadi vehicle. I want to become a husband. I want to become a wife. I want to become a father. I want to become a mother. So always this is called Bhava Roga. Bhava means to become. Bhu Bhava. Who is root. To become. Our prakriti of being. Prakriti of the being means what? Constantly we are want to be something or the other. So I am conditioning myself, conditioned, and I think myself I'm limited. I think myself to be this or that or this or that. I never considered myself to be the pure eternal consciousness, illumining all these things. So my whole life struggle is what? From somebody to I am somebody now. Then I want to become somebody, other somebody. From other somebody to other somebody. This becoming rogam, disease of becoming. Or we get liberation of prakriti of being. The prakriti of being means the entire the lower nature. Higher nature is I am Satchidananda Swarupaha. Chidananda Rupam. Lower nature is what? I am samsari, jivaha. What is samsara? Change. So what is change? In the change, I want also to become change. I want to change to be this. I want to change to be that. I want to be a change to be this. All within the Prakriti. Being something to someone, being somebody to another someone. This becoming Bhuta Prakriti Moksham. Ye viduhu. Those who know this distinction through Jnana Chakshusha, through the eye of wisdom, the distinction between the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, they viduhu, those who viduhu, yanti param gatim, they go to supreme. They recognize that they are one infinite, pure, eternal light of consciousness. Swayam Jyoti. I am that. Full stop. So, first to do Viveka, and then we get liberated from. Without Viveka, without distinction, otherwise, I am jumping from one condition to another condition, one type of limitation to another type of limitation, one sorrow to other sorrow, one problem to other problem, from this state to other state. This I don't want to be anything else. I don't want to become anything. I just want to be. Be dash coming. That coming and going, stop it. And just be. No becoming. I am already that. So what should we do? Exhaust the vasanas without any attachment to work, attachment to fruits. Neither to work karma sakti कर्म फल आसक्ति, दोनों आसक्तियों को छोड़ना है। कर्म के प्रति आसक्ति भी छोड़नी है, और कर्म फल के प्रति भी आसक्ति छोड़ना है। दोनों आसक्तियों को छोड़ दिया। करते करेंगे, काम करते हैं, only to exhaust. Then I realize who I am and I attain the supreme. Therefore, Viveka is important. So, Sravana, Manana, and Nididhyasanam. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogo Nama Trayodashodhyayah. Arjuna Uvacha. We'll see, chant the what do you call first sloka and second sloka of this one. Arjuna Uvacha Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajnam cha Yetad Vedutumichami Jnanam Jneyam cha Keshava. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramityabhidhiyate Etad yo vetti tam prahuhu Kshetrajna iti tadvidah. So, by the grace of Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayanand Maharaj, Guru Parampara, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna, we could complete the most beautiful, essential, and highly knowledge oriented, filled with knowledge, 13th chapter called Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam is completed. So, thank you so much. And from the next class onwards, we shall start the next chapter. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all. Hari Om.
Hariom, everybody. Thank you for joining and congratulations. You have completed chapter 13 as Swamiji just mentioned. So we will continue with chapter 14 next class, which is Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. And those who are attending our Vedanta class, we have it tomorrow, Sunday, 10 to 11, same time. And we will be sending a link as our tradition. We will send a link. Again, it's absolutely voluntary. After every chapter, we do a Guru Dakshina for the purpose of our mission ashram. We'll be sending a link. Those who wish to participate in Guru Dakshina can do that. Thank you so much. Hari Om, everybody, for joining. Thank you for joining today.